everybody, I'm Laura the Librarian, and this is New Book Tuesday. This came out several weeks ago, but it finally arrived here. I'm so excited. This is this year's Booker Prize winner, The 7 Moons of Mali Almeida by Shehan Karuna Tilaka. It's about a war photographer who dies, and he's stuck in this in-between limbo because a photo that he took, it takes place in 1990 in Colombo, Sri Lanka. A photo that he took could alter the course of the civil war that's happening there. It's got humor, it's got magical realism, it's got sadness. This is a continuation of the sci-fi series, The Ninth House by Tamsin Muir. This is Nona the Ninth. Nona has woken up in a body that doesn't belong to her, and she doesn't want to give it back, but she also might have to save the world. So there's that. This is The Many Daughters of Afang Moy. And Afang Moy is the first recorded Chinese woman who came to America. And this story is about her and 4 of her descendants, the most futuristic of which is in the future from us, and she has a procedure done that lets her engage with her genetic past, her ancestral past. It sounds super fascinating, really good. Check it out. Blake Crouch is an author that plays at the edge of sci-fi, and this new one sounds great. It's called Upgrade. It's about a man who slowly comes to understand that something is going on inside his brain, and it turns out that he's been hacked. And so he and some other people who have been hacked are trying to figure out what's happening to them, and then also how they can fight against it, what's happening to them, and then against the bigger picture, who's doing it to them. Sounds great. Alice Wong is one of the most outspoken current disability activists. And this is a book that she wrote that's part memoir, part stories from other disabled activists, part art exhibit. It sounds fascinating. It's only something Alice could have put together. It's called Year of the Tiger. A place that we don't often hear much about, Eritrea in Africa, under a brutal dictatorship. This young man wrote a newspaper that was in opposition to the dictator. His name is Aaron Burhane, and he ended up having to flee and go to Canada. This is his memoir of his time in Eritrea, the types of things he wrote, the danger that he came up against, and then how he eventually made his way to Canada. The Burden of Exile. Here's one that could be inspirational to your life, a little bit self-helpy, a little bit meditation, relaxation. It's all about redefining beauty, finding beauty in things that are in the world and inside yourself, instead of through external things or through physical material things. It sounds like a lot of fun, and it is beautifully illustrated. Gorgeous book. This is Everything Beautiful by Ella Francis Sanders. I picked this one up because I saw it on a lot of year-end best lists, which I always love. This is The Light We Give by Simranjit Singh, and it's a little bit about his life as a Sikh person in the United States and some of the racism that he came up against. It's very much about ethical being, personal happiness, figuring out how to exist in the world, inspired by Sikh teachings. Hugo and Nebula Award winner Mary Robinette Kowal has tried her hand at a little bit of a murder mystery, kind of in the vein of an Agatha Christie, but of course it's set in space. So a couple on an adventure having to solve a murder. This is The Spare Man by Mary Robinette Kowal. And finally, The Devil Takes You Home by Gabino Iglesias. I think this just won some sort of year-end horror award. But basically, he becomes a hitman. He has to do this big job having to do with the Mexico cartels. He makes his way across the borderlands, the Southwest, with all kinds of mysterious things happening and coming after him. And he has to deal with that. Thanks for taking a peek at these new books with me. We'll see you soon at the library. Bye.